I love for the songs that I make to have. I'm going to play golf with Aaron, aka Matt Prada, later. I'm gonna make some music first for like 90 minutes. I've got the classical guitar and the Hamer. This is my favorite thing in the world. My second favorite thing in the world, the first being Abby. There's a very good reason why all of the instruments, almost all, are ones that I've designed myself, sound designed myself. And before I tell you, let me explain how most producers do it. Usually they either load up a VST and sort of choose a preset from a synthesizer that somebody else made, or they have a sample pack that they flip through that somebody else made of sounds that someone else designed, and they use drum packs that are sort of the same way, and they mold those sounds together, and that becomes the song that they make. They organize them in a very creative way, and there's nothing wrong with that. Different people have different ways of creating music, and none of them are necessarily wrong. It's not what I prefer, because I love for the songs that I make to have meaning behind every little crevice, behind every detail. I want it to have some kind of a story. If I use sounds that somebody else made, it just kind of feels a little bit off to me. I absolutely love the idea of every single instrument being from, say, a TV show that I really liked when I was growing up, or that I'm currently watching and that I love, or a piece of cinema that I am in love with, or even from another artist that I really enjoy, or maybe something played by me with the guitar that my dad passed down to me, or on the piano that my mom has played for my whole life. No matter what the instrument might be that I'm using, I really love when it has a backstory to it, because when I'm thinking back on making the song, I can think about it so much more fondly. Whereas if I was using pre-made stock preset sounds, I wouldn't have much to say about it. I would just be like, oh, I guess I'll use this sound right here. This sounds good. There's nothing wrong with people who do that. Different people attribute different kinds of meaning to a song, and some people prioritize the melody itself, and they want to just get that good and just find the absolute best instrument for the melody that they're putting down. Or they have friends or favorite producers of theirs that sound design their own sounds, and they use those sounds because they love the work that those people do. That means something too. And that's actually something I wish I did more. And another thing that it does for me is it gives me total control, because sometimes I have a picture perfect vision in my head for how I want a song to sound. And if I use a sound that somebody else made, it's sometimes the case that it doesn't sound exactly the way that I want it to. And so I can mold and shift and bend sounds exactly to my liking to make something that is truly my own. The reason I started producing my own beats, because I used to just hop on fucking YouTube beats that other producers made, and it would be like fucking Juice WRLD tight beat, lonely. Juice WRLD XXX Tentacion type beat, Savage. And it would be that type of shit. Some woman on the thumbnail who's like barely clothed and has nothing to do with the beat itself. It's just to get people to click on it. I would use those type of beats. And then I got inspired by an artist named Aries. I've talked about this before. He's my favorite artist now, and he has been for many, many years, probably a decade now. And I watched him making his own shit, and I saw him producing his own songs, and his stuff sounded so incredibly unique. It has a very specific niche sound to it. And I watched the way that he would make beats, because he would make these like 2-minute videos. You may have seen them. Those were his most popular. It was like how Lil Uzi Vert's EXO Tour Life was made in 2 minutes. And he would show the entire process, and it showed me that producing a song is nowhere near as hard as it looks. I used to be so scared of it. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that when you make your own beats and produce your own songs and write your own instruments, you control the story that you're telling. And when you design your own sounds and use your own instruments, make your own instruments, you control even more of the story, which I love so much. So I started this music session with one goal only, which was to turn a lightsaber sound into a fucking nasty ass bass. And I took the lightsaber sound and I fucked with it a little bit and it turned into this. You hear that? And so that's pretty much sounds very similar to a lightsaber. And then I put it into a wavetable, which is essentially like, it's this shit right here. It's probably mirrored, but I put it in here as a wave and it turned into this fucking squiggly thing. And then I pitched it down and gave it some distortion. And now it sounds like this. See, like that. Still sounds like a lightsaber. Pitch it down more. Sounds like a fucking bass, dude. Add a little kick. Add a little snare. Add back the sample. It's not perfect yet. It's not perfect yet. It's getting there.